In August of 2019, the Pretter family from Baltimore, Maryland, was preparing their daughter's bat mitzvah. To celebrate this milestone, the father of the family, Isaac, took his family on a summer bat mitzvah trip to Israel. As part of the excursion, the Pretters went paragliding off the coast of Herzliya. That's when adventure turned to disaster. Leah and her instructor collided into a seaside cliff, hanging in the air, caught on a ledge with a 300-foot drop beneath them. Unit 669 rescuers were just one call away. In a complicated, miraculous rescue operation, they managed to save Leah's life. Joining us now from Baltimore are Isaac and Leah Pretter. Welcome.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here. Shalom.
Wonderful to have you here. Can you please tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yes, it was quite an eventful day. It was the last day of our trip. We were celebrating our daughter Rena's bat mitzvah that we took our whole family to go, my wife and I and 5 children. We had 2 weeks planned in Israel, and we went all over the country, lots of celebrations and lots of exciting activities. And Rena wanted on our last day to go paragliding. And, we found a company who was going to come with a second instructor so we could go 2 at a time. And all 7 of us were going to go paragliding. The one that went first was Rena, the bat mitzvah girl. And soon after her, Leah. And we were very excited. We're watching them take off, and it was a nice, beautiful, sunny, calm day. And 10 minutes after Rena goes, she lands safely, and she is telling us how amazing it was. And I asked her guide, "Where's Leah?" so I could see, when she's going to land and take a video of her coming back down. And the guide, with a straight face, says that they crashed. And I thought it was just some sort of Israeli sense of humor. And I said, "No, really, where are they?" And I could tell he was serious. And he was just in shock himself. And I said, Where are they? And he just points in the direction north, somewhere else on this cliff. This cliff is probably 300 feet over, a straight shot down to the beach and the Mediterranean. So it is not an open area or field where you could just, walk or run or find someone. It's all sorts of jagged edges and rocks and cliffs, in between that you have to navigate. And there's no signs or directions. It's a pretty remote area. So I just start going. And as I got closer, I heard the screaming from Leah. And luckily, there was another guide that saw that something was wrong with their equipment, with their paragliding equipment. This other instructor from another company, David. And David was there, and the parachute equipment the strings caught the top of the cliff. They crashed into the side of the cliff, Leah and her guide, Aryeh. And Aryeh was unconscious. He wasn't talking. We didn't know, what his condition was. But David saw this and caught the top of the parachute where it just hung on to some rocks that were protruding from the cliff. He said, "Don't pull on the strings. The strings could rip. Just hold on to them, hold on tight, but don't pull on anything."
Yeah, when we crashed into the cliff, I was trying to communicate with the guide, but he was unconscious, and I was screaming for help. And then finally, after the longest 40 minutes of my life, then the rescue personnel came, and I felt safer than I was.
And we see a helicopter coming, and the helicopter was able to land nearby, and it was very comforting for us to see all these rescue personnel after 30 or 40 minutes coming from, of course, Unit 669. They figured it out. They didn't hesitate, to risk their own lives. And someone from Unit 669 went down the side of the cliff and rappelled down to rescue her and bring her back up to safety. And we were very fortunate and so thankful when the soldier came up, and my wife and I were able to reunite with Leah and realize that we didn't know what kind of injuries she sustained, but she seemed okay. She was able to walk, and they rushed her off in the helicopter right away to Tel HaShomer. And it was amazing that in less than 24 hours after the incident, Leah was able to walk out of the hospital, and a few days later, the doctors cleared her to be able to travel, and she only had minor injuries that she was recovered relatively quickly from.
When I heard the blades of the helicopter, I was so happy to hear it because I was screaming out for help, and I really didn't even know if anyone was going to come. And when I saw the soldier coming down to rappel down and save me, and he connected me to his harness, I really felt so safe with him. And I would tell them how thankful I am that they played a major role in saving my life, and I'm forever grateful to them, and I'll never forget their kindness for risking their life to help save mine. When I was on the cliff screaming for help, I didn't know when or if help would come, but when I heard the noise of the helicopter and coming down to the cliff to help save me, and I saw the soldier rappelling down to save me, and he connected me to his harness so he could help bring me up the cliff, I felt so safe with him, and if I saw them, I would tell them how thankful I am that they played a major role in saving my life, and I'm so grateful to them. I'll never forget how they risked their lives to save mine, and I'm so thankful.
If this were to happen anywhere outside of Israel, I don't know that we would have had the same outcome. In Israel, with the Unit 669, it feels like family, and that's what Israel to me is about. You know, when I go to Israel, even though I live in Baltimore and live in America, you know, when I'm in Israel, I feel at home, I feel like I'm with family, and Unit 669 epitomizes that. They risk their lives, and their whole mission is to save an Israeli, save a Jew, save a tourist, American, even non-Jewish people, wherever they are. If there's danger, 669 will go there. They don't hesitate. This person who rappelled down, I don't even know his name. I wish I could know, but I think because their missions are so secretive to protect them, that they couldn't even show us a picture or tell me his name. It took me a long time to even find out how I could thank 669. Because they just do it because they care about the Jewish people, they care about Israel, and they will risk their lives anywhere to save a person. And that's what I think Israel is all about, and that's why we're so grateful for 669.
What a nerve-wracking experience. Leah, we're so glad you're okay, and our hearts go out to everyone involved in this unfortunate accident. Isaac, Leah, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Leah and her family's remarkable story is a good reminder of why we're here today. 669 is a military unit, but it is also one call away whenever civilian challenges and natural disasters arise in Israel and abroad.